From Zanesville, Ohio, I greet you. I made this video a few days ago on Threads, and it got 400,000 views. But I didn't realize my titties were out in the very beginning of it. I was in the tub, and I was like, "Oh, I got this video that has 400,000 views on it." And my friend was like, "Yeah, your titties are hanging out in the front in the beginning." Whatever. I had been on this path since the third week of June of 2022. So most recently I had went down this rabbit hole about vampires. About how Cain was like the first vampire. I think that when Eve was in the Garden of Eden, that she fucked one of the leaders around the same time she fucked Adam. And she was with twins, Cain and Abel. And so one of them was like the ruler, and the other one was like Adam. Cain ended up being exiled at Lilith and Lucifer's place. And she taught him a bunch of magic. If you don't know the story about Lucifer and Lilith, and how he was like an Anunnaki royal something or another, and he was also exiled. There was no fight in heaven over Satan and God. The God in your Helios Biblios is Yaldabaoth. The archons are your angels. I was born in 1973. And I remember being in elementary school. Lots of my people I've been talking to remember this as well. How at least twice a week, starting in kindergarten, we had to swish fluoride. Okay? We had to swish fluoride twice a week in elementary school. So starting in like 1978 or 79, when I started kindergarten, they started making me swish with fluoride. And all the other people I remember that I talked to that were born during this time and went to school also remember the swishing of the fluorides. If you pay attention to about how terrible fluoride is for your body, and you know how they literally put it in your city water, a fuck ton of it, among other things. They also, people that were born during Generation X era, they really upped the ante on their vaccines. When you have your baby for 10 minutes, at least, the cord should not be cut. The cord is the cord from your pregnancy is a literal, there's information, there's life force energy, there is things for the baby's immune system that come flowing through this cord. This cord energetically sustains your baby. Should not be cut for 10 minutes so that your baby can receive this energy, this life force, and memories. The cord holds memory, as water does, or did. the 5G towers all around your, everybody, every these little towns. I'm in Ohio, so, every little town that there is they have their water, big ass water tower or whatever, and then they have the name of the town. And then they have a bunch of 5G towers around it, so that, the red man knew a lot about the fucking way of water. Excuse my language, I really don't care, but I know that, you catch more bees with honey, but being a honey never did shit for me. So, so I had been learning a lot of stuff for a while now. I forget what I was saying before I went on the cord tangent, but this realm has been inundated with amnesia. Welcome to the Great Awakening. I am often misunderstood as a prostitute and a penniless junkie. There's no shame in my game. All of that being said, I'm as sober as a judge. Judges in these little ass towns are court administrators. They are not allowed, as a court administrator, to sentence people to jail time. Not allowed. If they're in a black robe, in one of these little towns, one of these little counties, one of these little townships, or whatever, they're not allowed. In 2018, the power was given back to the people here in America by Donald Trump on the day that he was inaugurated. He has never not been the acting president since then. They can fucking say that they did this whole Joe Biden thing to wake America up, but couldn't they have just woken us up by telling us the fucking truth? Could they have not have just told us a little bit of the fucking truth? I honestly think that like 97% of these politicians is a fucking clone, because during COVID, they all went home and killed their goddamn selves, as well they should, when they found out that their dirty laundry was going to be aired out for all to see and hear about. The adrenochrome, the Red Cross, the fucking hospital taking your blood as soon as you're born. They don't just, that's what I was going to say. They don't just take your blood and all this shit at the hospital when you're born for shits and giggles. Okay, they do it so they can follow your bloodline. They can know who the fuck you was in all of your past lives. And they can really come down on you. Especially if you're born in Generation X. They can immediately find out who you are and know who the fuck you were before you ever found out. And they can lay it on you. Okay. Project Bluebeam. Okay, we got this Atlas fucking thing coming at us. All this speculation, all this bullshit. Alright. I believe that this Atlas thing is part of the event. It's part of the, part of the event that will be soon taking place. The accumulation of all the energy that has been gathering and garnering this force for quite some time now. The apex of it is upon us, and yes, there's a dome. There's a thing over this. There's a thing over us, and it's about to get opened up, and the light of the fullness, not the light of God, the light of the fullness will be upon humanity. I urge you to awaken from the dream. I urge you to remember who you are while you're still sleeping. I sent my brother a message earlier. He drives by my house twice a day. He talks mad shit about me. He tells everybody that I just hang around with all these fucking homeless junkies and that I'm fucking trash. And I cannot be, anyway, I haven't had a sane moment my whole life. I'm a fucking nut. I was trying to send my brother the stuff that I had found about addiction. Carl, J-U-N-G, Jung, Carl Jung, a psychologist, psychiatrist from way back in the day, came up with all this stuff about addiction. About how every single time these addicts are not just fucking doing this shit because they ain't got no goddamn sense. We do that shit. I did that shit because it was a message. Your addiction is a message from the deepest part of your subconscious, urging you to integrate your shadow. Integrate it within yourself instead of walking separate from it and not recognizing it. We came here to transform, and transform we fucking will.